Hello everyone and welcome to our AutoCAD Electrical webinar. My name is Pablo Vaca and I'm the electrical specialist here at SolidCAD, and I will be your speaker for today. In this presentation I will be showcasing many of the features that AutoCAD Electrical has to offer. You will be seeing firsthand the electrical specific design capabilities of the software and gain a better understanding of the advantages you can introduce to your workflow by switching to a CAD tool that was created for electrical design. My goal for this demo is to successfully demonstrate to everyone that has joined us how AutoCAD Electrical will considerably shorten your design time, reduce overall design errors, and automate many of the repetitive and tedious tasks that you are doing manually in your projects today. Unlike 2D design software like AutoCAD, AutoCAD LT, or DraftSite, AutoCAD Electrical comes with electrical specific design functionality that will dramatically increase your productivity. In result, you will be able to produce more accurate designs and deliver projects faster to your customers or to the shop floor. Here is our agenda for today. I will start by covering how AutoCAD Electrical manages multiple drawings into projects, how we work with the electrical components and symbol libraries that come preloaded with the software. I will show you how fast and easy it is to create and modify designs with the AutoCAD Electrical commands. I will cover the project-wide functionality of the software and demonstrate how you can instantly do multiple changes to your designs across all your drawings. Explain how the project data is cross-referenced among all your drawings and how this creates a live bi-directional link between your schematic design and your footprint layout. And I will finish strong by showing the power of the reporting tools that are available to create bill of materials and other type of reports, and end by covering the electrical audit functionality that the software has to offer. Now on my screen you can see AutoCAD Electrical. It runs on a very familiar AutoCAD interface, but if you pay close attention you can see the introduction of sections like the Project Manager. You have the electrical specific tab like the Schematic tab, the Panel tab, the Reporting section, and so on. As you can see here, we have tabs that will help you navigate our drawings. If you click on the tab, it will send you to that different drawing that we are currently working with. In here in the Project Manager is the list of the active projects that I have currently running. As you can see, they're organized in a very familiar project tree type of interface. If I click on it, you will see that within the project you can have subfolders that will help you better organize your drawings, and you can have any number of subfolders and subfolders within your subfolders to better help you manage all your drawings. Below the project tree you can see the preview window. Once I click in one of the drawings, you can see a small preview of the actual drawing that I have currently selected. You can also click on the little detail tabs. I will show you some information about the project, about the drawing itself. Now I'm going to focus in the Project Manager for a minute. As you can see, you have the quick access buttons that will help you open, create new projects, new drawings, and so on. And to help you to work with larger projects that contain dozens, if not hundreds of drawings, AutoCAD Electrical uses what we call project files. The project file is a database that helps you manage all the drawings that are part of your electrical design. It's basically a container that will help you manage many number of drawings. On top of the Project Manager, in the upper left corner, you can see the icon menu. If we'll go to the Panel tab, you can see the icon menu for our footprint. I'm going to switch back to the schematic side and go into the icon menu for our Schematic Components. And here you can see we open a window. This is where AutoCAD Electrical stores all the schematic symbols. In here you can see everything is organized by groups. You can see we have push button, relays, contacts, motor control, pilot lights, and so on. And once we click in one of the buttons, you can see we access the soft menu of all the components that are available for it. We go back and we switch to the pilot lights. You can see we have a lot of different components that we can choose from, like relays and contacts. We also have fuses and circuit breakers, and so on. AutoCAD Electrical comes with a very comprehensive symbol library that ships with over 2,000 schematic symbols. Out of the box, you will have instant access to components from the biggest manufacturing companies like Allen Bradley, Square D, ABB, and more. During the installation of the software, you will be asked to select what manufacturing companies you wish to work with. In here, you can browse through the list of all the manufacturing companies that are available. Here is a small example of the companies that I have currently installed on my machine. This is just a small selection of the companies that are available. I have installed here companies like Allen Bradley, Bussmann, Eaton. We have Honeywell, we have Schneider Electric, Telemecanique, Siemens, and more. You can also select the standards you wish to work with. These are the different standards that are available, which are associated with your schematic components. We have international standards like IEEE, IEC, NFPA, and more. You can also select the type of measuring unit you wish to work with. We have millimeters and inches to choose from, and you can select the appropriate standard which will be associated with it. With thousands of components to choose from, you will no longer need to build your own library from scratch. I will now go ahead and show you some of the editing functionality that AutoCAD Electrical has to offer to create and edit your electrical designs. In here, I'm going to proceed and add a little wires and components to this specific section of my design and show you how it only takes a matter of clicks and a matter of seconds to modify a design. And here you can see it's just a matter of right-clicking to accessing my editing commands, and just like that I can modify my design. I will show you how to enter some schematic components, and you will see how everything's automatically added. You can see the wires automatically trimmed, and the tag is also automatically inserted in there as well. Just by right-clicking into my component, you have access to my editing menu. And here you can see we can edit my component, delete my component. We have other specific functionality of the software that I will cover later in the demo, like the surfer and the retag optic commands as well. I'll show you how we can easily move my component from one section to a different section of my circuit. And you can see the wire is automatically healed and everything's done very fast. I can also show you how to move a component from one section to another, and you can see my component was automatically moved. This warning will tell me if I wish to retag my specific component, because as you can see my line of reference has changed from 430 to 431. I will go ahead and click OK retag, and this will update the database information for that specific component. As you can see, it's very straightforward to modify your designs if you're using AutoCAD Electrical. It's just by the matter of clicking and accessing the editing commands that you will be able to edit your commands, your designs, very, very quickly. We can also go ahead and reuse whole sections of my drawing. That way we don't have to go ahead and every time we have to add or remove something, start from scratch. As you can see, we have this specific section that I wish to reuse as part of my design, and it's just a matter of accessing the right commands, and I can go ahead and copy that whole section of my design. And by just a matter of clicks, I will go ahead and have copy a whole different section of my design. And when I zoom in, you can see that all my components were copied and my tags were automatically updated to match that specific line of reference that they are currently using. But you can see my wire numbers now have a question mark attached to them. This is because we need to go ahead and refresh in the database. And again, that's just a matter of clicking a button in the menu, in the ribbon window, and everything will be automatically updated. And here we can choose if we want to do this for just a specific drawing that we're working, or we can do this and renumber the wires for my entire project. I will go ahead and select just my drawing, and as it refreshes the database in the background, you can see that my wire numbers were automatically updated. And by using the circuit builder functionality of the software, you can go ahead and copy and save whole sections of your design and automatically reuse them for previous projects and for future projects for you to use. I will now go ahead and show you how to retag and rewire your components in a little larger scale. For example, let's say that I need to renumber all my ladder in this specific drawing. It's just by the matter of just updating my reference number, and everything in my drawing will be automatically updated. Once I click OK, you can see that all my lines of reference were automatically updated. As you can see here, everything is gone, has changed from the 400 to the thousands. Now, if I wish to update and retag all my components and rewire my components, I do not have to go manually and do it one by one. It's just a matter of clicking in the right places, and I can select if I want to change this only on my active drawing, if I want to pick a specific component, or if I want to do this in my whole project. I will go ahead and change just for my drawing, and you will see in a few seconds how everything was automatically retagged. Of course, AutoCAD Electrical will give you a warning letting you know that some of the components that you have modified might have attachment to other sections of your drawings, and it's asking you if you wish to update those drawings as well. For now, I'm going to skip this because I do not wish to update other drawings at this moment. Now, as you can see, all my components were automatically updated, and now they match their specific line of reference. And now, to go ahead and update my wire numbers as well, I will go ahead and just select the drawing wire. And here, as it works in the background, you can see that all my wire numbers were automatically updated. Think of all the time that you will be saving when you have to do modifications in a larger scale in your electrical designs. You can also do modification across all the title blocks that are associated to your specific project. I will quickly switch to a different project and show you an example of this particular feature that we have to offer. I will go ahead and open a couple drawings and show you what's the information they currently have for the title block. As you can see in the title block, they have accent, AutoCAD Electrical, fundamentals, orientation. This is the currently information that's stored for its particular title block. If we switch to a different drawing, you can see that that information is the same. In many cases, you have to change and update this information, and when you're working with drawings that have a couple hundred pages, this can be a very tedious and time-consuming task. Fortunately, AutoCAD Electrical has what we call the title block update feature. In here, all we need to do is access the description of the project, just update it, and you will see how in a matter of seconds we automatically change the information across all my drawings. I click OK. Now I run that title block update, select the specific information that I wish to update across all my drawings. We can also resequence the numbers if we wish to resequence the number of all drawings, and click OK. We select all the drawings that we wish to process and do this update to, and we click OK. And here, everything was updated. If I switch to my other drawings, you can see the information has changed and everything has been updated. I can go ahead and open a fourth drawing, and you can see how everything was automatically updated. Now let's go back to our original schematic diagram. Go ahead and save all those changes and switch back to the drawing that we were previously working with. This is also an example of how AutoCAD Electrical will allow you to work with multiple projects at the same time. All you need to do is activate the project you wish to work with, and that will be the main project that you will be working with. Because I did not update all the drawings when I did the changes to the specific drawing, I'm just going ahead and close it and reopen it and do not save the changes to just make sure everything stays the same. Like you saw in my previous examples, AutoCAD Electrical will help you propagate changes across your entire drawing or your whole project. This is possible because all the electrical components that we use take advantage of what we call smart attributes that you see on my window here before. These smart attributes use a unique tag identifier that connects all your components across all your drawings. All these are stored in a database which contains the information that is related to your electrical components and create a live bi-directional link between your schematic diagram and your footprint layout. In result, this bi-directional link will allow you to automatically translate any changes that are done in your schematic design directly into your footprint and vice versa, so you don't have to spend time double-checking your work. In this section, you can enter the description that will be associated to your electrical component. When you click on Defaults, you'll access a database that contains general descriptions for commonly used electrical symbols like push button, switches, pilot lights, and more. When you click on Project, you will access all the descriptions that you have been using for push buttons so far. As you can see, we have indexing motor, hydraulic motor, conveyor motors, and more. In this particular section, it will allow you to use the installation code, as some electrical standards require you to use this on your designs. Below you can see the location code. The location code will help you better organize your drawings by associating components that live in different sections of your designs. When you click on Project, you will see all the locations that we have been using so far. For example, we have floor, we have junction box, operator stations, and more. In this section, we have the catalog data. This is where we enter the manufacturer information, catalog, and more. When we click on Lookup, we will access the database that contains all the information that's associated to push buttons. And here, if we clear our query, we will have access to all the push buttons that we have currently installed. We have a lot of Allen Bradley, we have Siemens, we have Telemecanique, Fuji, Square D. For example, if we want to do just a search for Fuji, you see, this is very searchable and very easy to use. And here you can see everything is organized by category. And here we have push buttons, we have light switches, we have motors, we have drive, disconnect switches, and more. Also keep in mind that this is fully customizable. You can enter a specific manufacturer information for any component that you do not see here. You can also enter your own components if you fabricate your own components as well. Now I'm going to show you how this cross-referencing of information works. I'm going to show you how the information gets transferred between drawings. First, let's go ahead and zoom into one of our relays here. As you can see here, we have all our safety relays, safety relay number 1, 2, and 3. And you can see we start with relay CR406. I'm going to go ahead and insert a normally open contact for this specific relay. I'm going ahead and open a different window, a different drawing, and let's proceed and enter a contact from here. Selected the normally open contact. And now I'm going to go ahead and enter the information for that relay. Please note this is a different window. This is a child window. This is the window that you will see when you need to reference one component to another with a parent-child relationship. I click on Project, and you can see here a list of all the relays that I have available. Also note that we can sort this list by location, by tag, or even by description. In here you can see relay CR406 lives in sheet number 4. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And you can see the information gets automatically populated. I click OK. And you can see the information was added to my drawing. Now let's say I want to go and find where the parent relay for this specific contact is. we have a specific functionality for this called the surfer command. The surfer command will show me all the information that I need to know to find that component. In here you can see P and stands for parent. That's the parent relay. That's where that relay currently lives. In here you can see the other normally open contact that's attached to that relay. And the hashtag symbol means that this is the footprint, which we will see later on this demo. If I go ahead and double click on this one, I'm going ahead and no, I do not want to save this drawing. And you can see here, if I zoom out, you can see we have been navigated to where this specific relay lives. This is the other normally open contact for that specific relay. Now if I go ahead and go and click on the P where the parent relay lives, and we zoom out, you can see we have been automatically sent to where this relay currently exists. When you have to work with hundreds of contacts, you can really appreciate how easy it is to navigate between your drawings and to find information of all your components this way. AutoCAD Electrical will also allow you to create your own set of symbols. By using the symbol builder, you'll be able to create your own symbols from scratch. But also, if you already have a pre-existing symbol library that was created with AutoCAD, you can go ahead and import them to AutoCAD Electrical. And by using the symbol builder, you will be able to attach all the smart attributes to your symbol library. This way, you will enable them to work and take full advantage of the AutoCAD Electrical intelligence, giving you endless potential of how much you can do with a smart electrical design tool. Another challenge electrical designers usually face is keeping track of all the contacts that have been used for any specific relay coil. When you're working with hundreds, if not thousands of parts, keeping an accurate count can be really challenging and extremely time-consuming. With this in mind, AutoCAD Electrical introduces a smart way to keep track of your contacts across all your drawings. The real-time coil and contact cross-reference feature will help you minimize the errors and greatly reduce the time you have to spend trying to manually cross-reference them with the use of spreadsheets or even third-party software. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in into our relays. And here you can see we have relay CR406. Let's go ahead and enter a normally open contact for that specific relay. Let's go ahead and select that specific relay for the menu, and you can see we have an alert that pops up. Too many contact references. Adding this contact exists, the maximum contact count that is defined on the parent component. Right now this relay only has 2 normally open contacts and they all have been used. This way, this prevents you from making errors in your design, and you can go ahead, click cancel and surf back to the parent relay, and from here we can go ahead and change the manufacturing information, the catalog data, and maybe change to a different relay that has more normally open contacts available. This way we ensure that our designs are always accurate. Now let's talk on how we work with our panel footprint. In here we go to the panel tab and we're going to switch drawings. Let's go and add another light indicator to this operator station. We click on the icon menu and you can see here everything organized by groups. We have push button, we have relays, pilot lights, nameplates, DIN rail, enclosures, and more. Let's go and add a green light indicator to this drawing. And here we again select the manufacturer information we wish to work with and we place it in our panel. Now it's going to ask you to link this particular footprint into one of our schematic components that we have already placed in our design. And here, once we select the component that we want to attach it to, everything gets automatically updated. And now we have something that's linked in both our schematic and our footprint side. I'm going to add a nameplate to that as well, so we can have a little
better description of that specific indicator light. And here you can see again everything is automatically populated, and now you can see everything has been updated by itself. If we want to go back and see where this specific light lives in our schematic side, we go and use the surfer command once again, and we select P for our parent component, and it will automatically send us to the schematic side of our design. If we zoom out, you can see that is LT730, the one we just placed in our panel footprint side. Now if we wish to navigate from the schematic side to the panel layout footprint, let's go and open another drawing. Let's surf the specific circuit breaker and go to the panel footprint section. In here, by zooming out, you can see we were automatically sent to the footprint where circuit breaker 313 currently lives. And once again, you can see how this bi-directional link will save you time when you're working on your electrical designs. Now let's explore the three-phase functionality that AutoCAD Electrical has to offer. Let's switch to our three-phase motor control and go back to our schematic panel tab. In here you can see we have the multiple pass command that will allow you to enter 2, 3 or 4 wires at the same time. By selecting the wire we wish to start from, it will automatically draw the wires for you, and then you can select the direction in which you wish to go. You can see here we have three-phase components as well placed in this design. We have a 3-pole fuse, we have other 3-phase components, as well as a 3-phase motor. We can also add specific wire information to our designs. In the wire editor, it will allow us to add specific information to all our wiring. In here we can select the name, the color, and the tag will automatically be selected. In here we select the color what we wish to use, and it will be attached to the specific name. By right-clicking on the wire we wish to modify, we can assign any specific color of cable. We can also assign cable markers and associate a number of wires to specific cables. And here you can see we have the cable marker command. And once we insert this command, we can go ahead and reference all the wires that will be contained in this specific cable. If we go ahead and modify another component of the specific cable, you can see that everything has been attached to this specific cable. All the information that we add when we assign wires and cable markers will show up in the reporting functionality of the software, like when we create component wire list reports or cable summary reports. You can also see we have some source and destination arrows to help us navigate across our designs. AutoCAD Electrical uses the source arrow and destination arrow commands. Once we have placed a source or destination arrow, we can link into a specific point of reference that we need to go. By using the surfer command, we can go to the destination of that specific source arrow. And by zooming out, you can see we have gone to point 510 of a different drawing. If we go and select a source arrow, a destination arrow, and go back to our source, you can see we have go back to a different section of our drawing. This is how fast and easy the source and arrow commands will help you navigate very big and large projects. You can see we also have some terminal blocks as part of our design. By clicking on the icon menu, we can access the different terminal blocks that we have available for use. Some include square with wire numbers, some include hexagons with terminal number, and a bunch different of combinations that you have available to use. Once we have inserted our component, we can select and associate this specific terminal block to any existing terminal strip that we have already created, the ones we see available in here. If we wish to navigate back to where this specific terminal block exists in the footprint side, we again use the surfer command. And here, if we zoom out, you can see that we have navigated to the footprint layout. And by editing the terminal block, we can further associate this with other terminal blocks as well. AutoCAD Electrical has an intelligent way to manage all terminal strips. If we go to the panel section, we have the terminal strip editor. Once this window pops up, you can see we can select all the terminal strips that we currently have created. We can go ahead and create a new one or access and edit one that we have already been working with in the past. In here you can see that this is basically, it shows what comes in one side of our terminal block and what goes out to the other side of your terminal block. In here you can see what's connected to, the type of wire, and where it's going to. In here you have another type of view that includes the same information but adds the manufacturer catalog information as well. On this one, they add the cable information. And in here you can see a layout preview of what we can insert into our drawings. And by selecting a different combination of information, you can select what you want to display once you insert that footprint into our drawings. And this is how AutoCAD Electrical will help you navigate and create your terminal strips and manage them in a more efficient and productive way. Now let's talk on how we work with PLCs. Let's switch my drawings for a minute and open a different one. AutoCAD Electrical will allow you to work with two different types of PLCs, two different methods for working with PLCs. We have the parametric and full unit. The difference is the full units will allow you to insert a whole PLC, but the parametric will give you more customization capabilities when working with PLCs and allow you to break the PLC and insert in a specific section and continue in a different one. When we select the PLC, you can see we have a bunch of different manufacturers available for use, like Allen Bradley, Schneider Electric, Siemens, and more. We also have a different type of representations in which we would need to show our PLC. You can select whichever you feel more comfortable with, and once you select the module, you can go ahead and insert your PLC. In here, once you select the method you want to use to insert your PLC, you go ahead and start editing the configuration. You also have a quick menu to select the different type of I/O addressing that's available, or select one that's already been entered before. I'm going to continue adding modules until I hit the break. Now I can break the module, and I can continue somewhere else in my drawing. As you can see, my PLC was break into two different sections, and now it's complete. Everything was automatically trimmed, and my PLC has all its connections in place. I can go and edit my PLC and assign a description to my different I/O points assigned to this PLC. By selecting a component in my drawing, automatically populates all the information associated with this I/O point. You can see in here the I/O description has been updated. AutoCAD Electrical has some powerful productivity tools when we're working with PLCs. If we go to the import and export data of our tab, you can see we have the PLC I/O utility. This will allow you to create a set of PLC drawings directly from your spreadsheet data. In here you can see this is the spreadsheet that we're going to use for this example, and as long as we follow the correct workflow, we will make this successful. And here I'm going to enter the menu and select the spreadsheet that I wish to work with. And after entering the required parameters that I need to use, you will see how a PLC is automatically created from a spreadsheet. You can see how everything's working in the background, and little by little all the information is being entered and a new drawing is being created. You can see how it's automatically adding the PLC modules, the different electrical components, and everything's being automatically updated. The power of this tool is that it will allow you to have somebody that has no AutoCAD electrical experience and help you modify your design directly from your spreadsheet. As you can see in here, my PLC was automatically added and all the components and I/O points were automatically updated. And in a matter of seconds, a new PLC drawing was automatically created. Now I'm going to talk to what's probably one of the most powerful features that AutoCAD Electrical has to offer. That's the reporting tools that the software has. In here we have the reporting for the schematic side or the reporting for the panel side. In here, once we enter the report, you can see we have bill of materials, from to, connector summary, cable detail, wire labels, and so on. You can select if you can create a report for your whole project or for your active drawing only. You can also select a location to create this report from or a specific installation as well. I will select for my active drawings and show you what's shown in me for my bill of materials. And here you can see you have the tag, the location, the quantity, and the catalog information that includes a description. This is fully customizable, and we can change what information we wish to display. We can add or remove information as we wish. We can also export this file and save it as an Excel spreadsheet. We can save it as a database, or we can save it as a CSV file. This is very useful as it will allow you to work with third-party software or integrate it to an ERP or an MRP system. I will show you some of the other reports that we have available. We also have the component wireless. In here, you can see it shows you the information of all the connections for our wires. You can see the tag name, the wire number, and the type of wire that you use. This is very useful as it's using all the wires that we previously created using our wire editor. We also have a from to report. Once I select this report, you can select the location that you wish to use and the location where it's going to. I'm just going to go ahead and select them all to show you what shows up in the report. In here you can see the wire number, the location, and what the component is connected to. And you can see where it's going to, the second location, the component, and again the wires that it currently uses. You can also see we can generate wire labels for the whole project or the active drawings. This is particularly useful because a lot of companies use third-party software to generate their own labels for their wires. And you can see we have a list of all the wires that we are currently using. You can see how powerful the reporting capabilities of AutoCAD Electrical are. In a matter of seconds, we generate accurate bill of materials and accurate reports that will most definitely save you time when you're creating any type of reporting, especially if you're using Excel spreadsheets in the past to generate your bill of materials. You can really appreciate the amount of time you will be saving by using an electrical specific design tool. Last but not least, I want to talk about the electrical audit capabilities of the software. In the reporting section, we can do an electrical audit of our design. We can select to do the whole project or just for the active drawings. If I go ahead and expand this menu, you can see the different type of alerts that we get from the software. We get wire with no connection, wire exception, component with no connection, terminal duplication, component with no catalog number. And if we go ahead and double click on the error, it will automatically redirect us to where this error currently is. And here you can see we can go ahead and proceed and correct our error. This is another tool that you have at your disposal that will allow you to deliver more accurate and more efficient designs. I hope now everyone has a better understanding of the benefits of switching to an intelligent electrical specific design tools. You will increase your productivity and dramatically reduce the errors in your electrical designs. You will generate in a matter of seconds accurate bill of materials and other type of reporting. And I cannot emphasize enough, above all, you will be saving time and resources. If you have any questions regarding the functionality of the software or any sales related questions, you can reach me at pablo.vaca@solidcad.ca. And I want to thank you for your time, and I hope to hear from you soon.